viewers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kanika aka Kefal Kalakar. Today I am taking you behind the scenes of one of my real client projects, that is the Backbenchers Media Visual Identity. If you're someone who loves watching creative ideas turn into real brands, you'll enjoy this one. Make sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell icon because this video is packed with learnings from the actual client process. Not just design but communication, decision making and how to handle feedback too. Before we start, let's quickly go through the stages this project went through. Client call, mood board, concept development and final delivery. And I'll be showing you every step from the first call to the final logo reveal. So make sure you don't skip anything and watch the video till the end. The Backbenchers Media is a creative marketing agency, the kind that's witty, bold and full of personality. They don't just follow trends, they create them. Here's a quick look at their old logo. And by the end of this video, we'll be turning this into this. Before you see the final logo, let's rewind and go through the process that led to it. During our first discussion, the client was a little unsure about the direction. They had a lot of thoughts but nothing concrete, which is very normal in branding projects. To help them visualize what their brand could look like, I decided to start with mood boards. But before we jump into that, here's why I find them super important. Mood boards are like a visual language that helps both the designer and client communicate without confusion. They define the tone, emotion, and overall vibe of the brand before we even touch the logo. They save you from unnecessary revisions later and make sure both the sides, that is, the client and you, are seeing the same thing in your head. Usually, mood boards don't include ideation or logo hints, but since my client was a bit hesitant, I took a slightly different approach this time. I added a few conceptual hints, just enough to make them feel confident, but not enough to spoil the surprise. The first mood board was playful, bold, and creative, just like the name suggests. It had energetic visuals, geometric typography, and bright orange and green tones that reflected the confidence and vibrancy. The whole idea was to make it feel young, fun, and full of movement. Very backbencher energy. The second mood board was the complete opposite. Subtle, edgy, and more professional. It had minimal fonts, muted visuals, and a cleaner structure. Something you'd associate with a refined modern agency. At first, the client leaned more towards this one, but after I explained a concept that I had in my mind, they instantly connected with the first one. And I'll tell you exactly what concept I had in my mind when we start sketching. Need to keep some suspense, right? Now, a quick note about the colors. The client had already decided on orange and green because of numerology. Maybe we could have gone for a more balanced palette, but as a designer, your job isn't to challenge your client's beliefs, it's to make the best creative use of what's given. So, I explored the tones and picked the shades that looked bold, energetic, and perfectly match the brand's VLS personality. Once the mood board was finalized, I moved to sketching. And funny enough, the very first concept I drew felt like, wow, this is it. Remember how the client switched from the second mood board to the first after hearing my idea? Here's what I told him. The concept was built around a hand launching a paper plane. When I first heard the name Backbenchers Media, one thing instantly popped in my head. Paper planes. Remember how mischievous backbenchers used to make paper planes and fly them across the classroom? That's where my concept came from. The plane represents the ideas that are ready to take off and the hand represents the backbenchers media, the ones giving the final push to make those ideas fly. Because great ideas don't take off on their own. They need that extra push, that courage to be different. And that's exactly what this brand stands for. Now, let's move to the illustrator. This is where it all came alive. I decided to go with a one-line style for the logo mark. It keeps everything bold, clean, and minimal, just like the brand's communication style. It also represents clarity, how the brand helps ideas flow smoothly without clutter. Then I added light imperfect shapes in the background. They bring movement and depth while keeping things playful. These shapes balance out the strong outline and add that not too serious but still confident energy. I tilted the plane slightly upward, giving it a sense of motion, just like it's ready to launch. That tilt also brings a positive direction and keeps the composition dynamic. Everything tells a story: creativity, motion, and that fearless push. For the word mark, I explored around 5 fonts and narrowed down to 3. Out of those, I went with a ready-made typeface that just fit. I didn't customize it because it already matched the brand's personality: bold, refined, and modern. I used a mix of capital and small letters to show balance, creativity with structure. It's easy to read, yet striking enough to be remembered. Even though it's fun, it stays professional, and that's the sweet spot for a creative agency like this. Since the client only needed a logo suit, not a full visual identity, we finalized the logo versions, colors, and fonts that they could use across platforms. No extra patterns or illustrations this time. Sometimes that's perfectly fine. Not every project needs a huge identity system. Your goal as a designer is to provide what fits the brand's requirements and budget, not to force an entire system they don't need. Once everything looked balanced, I prepared the presentation. All the proportions were working well together. The colors were complementing each other beautifully. So, now let's see how it looks in the real world. Here's a small clip of the mockups to visualize how the logo actually performs across different touchpoints. And the best part? The client loved it in the first go. Zero changes. That's when you know the process worked. When there's complete alignment from start to finish. So, that was the Backbenchers Media logo process, a project that perfectly reflects the brand's personality: playful, fearless, and creative. For me, the biggest takeaway was how important it is to listen to the client, to their beliefs, and to the story that brand wants to tell. If you're a designer, remember mood boards aren't just pretty collages, they build confidence and clarity for both sides. And if you're a business owner, trust the designer's process. When strategy and creativity work together, that's when great design happens. So, what do you think of the Backbenchers Media logo process? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because there's a lot more coming from my design desk. See you in the next one. Bye bye.